Since you lost, what's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
Reports from Miami International Airport describe a shocking confrontation involving Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul that quickly escalated into chaos in a public space. What was supposed to be an ordinary airport moment reportedly turned into a sudden physical altercation involving two of boxing's most talked about figures. There were no cameras set up, no official fight setting, and no rules in place. Just a real-world clash unfolding in front of stunned bystanders.
After Canelo obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back, and then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through. As you're watching, like, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work. If you do fight, what weight would it be at? 195. Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95? Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition. Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds? Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds. And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that? No restrictions, just the fact that, like, we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned. Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like, if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year? For sure.
The tension between them didn't appear out of nowhere. It's been building for a long time beneath the surface. What looked like a sudden outburst is now being linked to months of escalating hostility, including verbal shots that went too far, behind-the-scenes contract disputes, and private messages that have now reportedly surfaced. Sources suggest this was never just a casual exchange or harmless rivalry. It had already turned personal long before anything spilled into public view.
Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
This time, Jake didn't realize he was stepping into a different kind of storm. Gervonta Davis isn't the type to feed into online theatrics or play along with social media personas. He doesn't operate in that space.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a real...
When Jake made light of Gervonta Tank Davis's past legal issues and brushed him off as nothing more than a constant source of controversy, it landed in a very different way than usual.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta Tank Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
And when Jake went further by bringing up Gervonta Davis's strained history with Floyd Mayweather, suggesting he was still just another name living under Floyd's influence, that's when the tone shifted completely.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
Tank didn't address any of it publicly. No interviews, no posts, no reaction online. But behind closed doors, he was fully aware of everything being said, and the situation was clearly not something he ignored that as time passed. The tension didn't fade. It just stayed in the background, building quietly.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with the camera? Oh, you got camera too. So what you supposed
The moment they reportedly locked eyes, the atmosphere changed instantly. Like two volatile forces realizing they were in the same space at the wrong time. Witnesses described it as immediate and unspoken. No greetings, no exchange of words, just a heavy silence filled with tension and hostility. The moment the story broke online, it spread like wildfire across social media. Within minutes, it became the only thing people were talking about. Reactions were split almost immediately.
Oh, let's have to jump. Goes Martin! Mamma mia! 6.
So, what actually pushed Gervonta Davis over the edge? To understand it, you have to look at everything surrounding him at that moment. Reports and speculation point to a buildup of pressure from multiple directions.
All right, Jake, I'm filming.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident. I'm still going to be able to fight August 6th. So get your tickets at msg.com before they sell out. But I broke my back carrying the promotion for this event. It's broken.
Oh, Jake, you good?
Nurse!
Jake,
Nurse, more morphine!
Oh my God.
I broke my back carrying the last 5 fights promotion. My opponents never sell shit. Oh, it hurts!
Do something.
It hurts! These motherfuckers never sell shit! They couldn't sell a pen to a writer!
Jake's high-profile win over Mike Tyson back in July only intensified the tension. The fight itself was already controversial, and it kept Jake firmly in the spotlight for weeks afterward.
Called clown following the Tyson fight. Tell us, exactly why expound on that.
Cause why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
So when Jake went further and started making jokes about Tank's personal struggles, his coaching situation, and even his past time in jail, it stopped feeling like simple trash talk. A growing wave of fans online are questioning the entire story, suggesting the airport incident may not have been as spontaneous as it looked. Some even believe it was carefully planned, an orchestrated moment designed to ignite attention and push the rivalry into a full promotional storyline.
You think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. Right? He tried to knock him out.
The announcement reportedly coming from Eddie Hearn added even more weight to the situation, confirming that the matchup is officially on the books.
Maybe it can be. It's not a terrible fight. We know that Gervonta's going to fight Jake Paul in November. And then we'll see what happens.
With both fighters already known for dominating headlines, a growing number of viewers now believe the entire situation may have been engineered as a calculated publicity move meant to drive conversation and maximize pay-per-view interest.
I ask you, how real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
Let's say Gervonta Davis comes through in August and handles Lamont Roach cleanly. No controversy, no debate, just a dominant performance from start to finish. The kind of win that reasserts his place at the top and quiets every doubt around him.
This might be the worst thing that ever happened in the history of humanity. Jake Paul is set to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in November. This is ridiculous. First of all, Tank, I know you're known for not taking the hardest fights, but you at least fight actual boxers. What are you doing? You know, besides getting that bag. Second, Jake, why are you doing this? You're a bad person. Let's ignore the fact that I have personally watched this man rob a P.F. Chang's. Let's talk about his refusal to fight real boxers. He gets criticized for refusing to fight real boxers, so he fights Mike Tyson, a 60-year-old boxer. He gets criticized for fighting a 60-year-old boxer, so he fights a current championship boxer who is literally 100 pounds lighter than him. Tank Davis is a lightweight, 135 pounds. Jake Paul is a cruiserweight, 235 pounds. You're never beating this fraud allegation, Jake, so why are you doing this? What do you guys think of this fight? And don't tell me anything good. Say it in the comments, though.
If Gervonta Davis ends up losing to Lamont Roach in the rematch, the entire conversation changes overnight. A second straight defeat would shift the narrative from dominance to doubt, and everything built around his momentum would suddenly lose its weight.
When we wanted the Loma fight, when it was in its prime, him and Mayweather, their team just, they just danced around it. When we wanted the Devin fight for Undisputed, the belts don't matter. I could just give them to my kids because everybody's winning belts. Shakur, he's easy work, he's boring, but you don't want to unify against him. Keyshawn might have a chance. You feel me? It's just disgusting. We wanted the Bud fight too after he called him out, and we also would have took a Teofimo Lopez fight. But then his fans would say, oh, but they're too big. They're not in his weight class. What the fuck is Jake Paul? This is the bullshit I be talking about. Like, this shit does nothing for the sport of boxing, but in terms of the division of 135, it doesn't do jack shit.
Instead of being framed as a blockbuster crossover, the matchup would likely be seen through a far more critical lens. A fighter coming off consecutive setbacks, stepping into a high-profile exhibition-style fight would raise questions about intent, timing, and direction.
Didn't say you got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
When a fighter starts mentioning retirement and openly expressing frustration with the sport, it naturally changes how every future move is interpreted. Even casual comments about boxing feeling repetitive or draining get magnified once they're tied to bigger rumors.
What do you think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing? You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash. Sometimes people get bored at what they want, what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
For sure. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Sure. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Training camps are already high-pressure environments, and rumors, especially about a fighter's discipline or preparation, tend to get exaggerated or taken out of context as they circulate. Without verified confirmation from credible sources, those kinds of allegations remain speculation rather than established fact.
Retire.
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing through since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the whole shit.
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might be gaining the love for it though? You never know. Like like say you got to swap today.
In a sport where consistency in training and trust in your team matter a lot, any major shift in coaching can become part of the storyline surrounding upcoming fights, whether or not it directly impacts performance.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. Better tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there.
You better tighten up.
That's the narrative a lot of fans are leaning into right now, especially when they connect recent comments, career shifts, and the types of opponents being discussed.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so... It's something we gotta work on in the corner. For sure.
Jake's fight with Mike Tyson, reportedly pulling massive numbers on Netflix, only adds another layer to the financial argument people are making around this matchup.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people. Bro, that is so... It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
Before Gervonta Davis can even look ahead to a potential Jake Paul showdown, he has unfinished business with Lamont Roach. And it's not a simple matchup on paper.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
60 million households, Jake.
250 million people. Bro, that is so... It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
I peaked.
Fans are definitely running with the hype around a potential Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul matchup. But when you step back and look at the details, the situation is a lot more complicated than the buzz suggests. If Jake is operating around 195 pounds, the difference isn't just noticeable, it's structural. You're looking at a multi-weight class gap where strength, reach, and natural mass all become significant factors in how people imagine the matchup playing out.
I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. He caught me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow, and I could have took advantage of the moment. But I think I was boxing too much in the beginning, and when I felt like he was slow, it was just already late down the line to the thing. But I should have pressed the issue. I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault.
And that's everything for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Also, drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you make of all this? Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.